Hello and welcome. I'm back. Did you miss me? This is Music Obscura. If you don't know what that is, this is a channel to expose and discover new music from artists that deserve the recognition. In each of my videos, I rate a song based on 3 different criteria: obscurity, praiseworthiness, and my review. I have been so busy with so many different projects I have going on top of moving to a whole new big city and getting used to that big city living. I feel so relieved to be making another one of these. This week, I'm rating an artist that I've very recently found. It's a fresh find. This would be the Brooklyn-based band PUNCHLOVE. This is one of those bands where you hear a single song of theirs and you're immediately like, yes, absolutely, this is my newest obsession. My first song I heard by them was In Your Car, and that's the song I'll be covering today. The intro of the song begins with this beautiful twinkly synth and a guitar with a tasteful amount of distortion added to it. Something I've recently discovered about myself is that if a song has distortion added to it, you better bet your buns I'm gonna cling onto that song like a fly in a hot summer's day. I don't know, I'm still getting used to making these videos, bear with me. The backup guitar then comes in along with the drums, and it all is such a smooth transition to adding so many instruments to a song without drowning any instruments out, or becoming that strange kind of muddy noise that distortion can kind of lean into. The lead singer's voice is deep and dreamy. I couldn't see anybody else's voice being paired with this exact flavor of music. The song slowly builds up this amazing tension that is suddenly released, and just creates this incredible euphoric tone that you just can't help but to enjoy. The actual song talks about the philosophies of being young and in love, what you'll experience together, and how everything in the moment feels so vast and infinite, but simultaneously is limited, and how you can't experience everything that you dream about because there's so many paths that you'll dream of, but you ultimately only choose the path that you're on. It also talks about how a current love can distract you from your history and previous experiences, and how euphoric it is to just get away from all of life's struggles and problems and just focus on each other. When it's just you and somebody that you love, it can be so intoxicating to just romanticize the moment and dream about the future together and nothing else. And then the end of the song is a realization that you do eventually have to come back down to reality, and how the night has to end, and the feeling that that can leave you with. The song comes to an end in the most theatrical and spectacular way. The ending of the song is by far my favorite part of it all. All the instruments just swirl together so beautifully, and it feels like all this tension is released, forming this ethereal and eclectic sound that I can only describe as magical. All their songs kind of have this magical tone to it, but this one has the most magic that I've seen, making it a perfect introduction to their music. For the obscurity rating, they're currently sitting at 9,000 monthly listeners, so I think that this is very deserving for my very first 10 out of 10 on the obscurity scale. Let's go. It's truly an obscure one. They have their music down to such a science, and their mixing sounds so perfect. It's a shock that they're not bigger. Speaking of how much I think people would appreciate their music, for the praiseworthiness scale, I'll give them a 9 out of 10. I think that for the most part, people would really enjoy their sound. I could less so see them playing on the radio, and more so see them playing at your sickest local venue or house show. For the overall review, I give them a 10 out of 10. The song's so well balanced, and the way that it just builds up the tension, releases it, and then builds it right back up again, it's such an amazing dynamic that I can appreciate so much. They very recently released 2 singles, so I highly recommend listening to those after listening to In Your Car. And after giving them a listen and falling in love, of course, you can follow them on all social medias linked in my bio. I'll also be adding In Your Car to my Music Obscura playlist on Spotify that I'll also have linked in the bio, where you can find all the songs I review here. Put in the comments below or DM me what magical songs you're listening to right now. I'm always up for new songs and suggestions. Thank you so much for listening. I promise that I'll be posting a lot more from now on, so don't forget to keep it gold.